Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of On the Range podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am your host, Mark Kelley from KelleyDefense.com, and joined with me today is my co-host and friend from Warhogg.com, Rick Hogg. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great, man. That opening music, man, will get you fired up. But I'm going to tell you this. Here in North Carolina, we are doing great. California, guys, I'm sorry, man. Your state's burning, and it's all because of your poor leadership. But there's only one way to fix it, and that's the ballot box. So, guys, for those of you in California, be safe. There's nothing out there worth your life. If that fire is in your path, get out of there. Get out now, because those fires out there, man, I've seen it firsthand. They get crazy. They get out of control super fast. And as soon as them winds start blowing, dude. So if you're in that fire area, get out now, save your life, save your family. But for the rest of you viewers, listeners out there, guys, appreciate you tuning in, for giving us your most precious commodity, your time. Do me a huge favor. Just take a couple seconds of your time. Whatever you're listening to, whether it's YouTube, whatever platform, podcast-wise, leave us a rating review. That's what's really going to help us kind of bump this show to the next level, to beat this big tech algorithm. And kind of the big tech plays into what we're talking about today. Speaking of big tech, On the Range podcast has now gone big tech. We do have our own website, ontherangepodcast.com. Swing by there, pick up some On the Range swag, listen to all the shows. Just a one-stop shop, and check out the members page, sign up for the newsletters, all that good stuff will keep you up to date, all things On the Range podcast. So yeah, buddy. It kind of rolls right in the big tech to, Zuck's big announcement with, I think personally, his lie, but Zuck made that big announcement that he's going to encourage the, it's not the free speech, it's the free expression. He says. So.
Yeah, for sure. Wherever you are, thank you for making us part of your day. Be sure to swing by warhog.com and KelleyDefense.com. And Rick's right. We had talked about this, and we actually had a show put out on the 30-minute mark. We were talking about the announcement. Rick was out of town, so now he's back. And we wanted to, after watching it myself, Rick, I felt, we had a lot of fun with it, and we hit some points on that show. But I don't think that it was really beaten in. And I know we have a lot of smart folks that are listening and watching these videos and audio shows, but how important these things, and I hope they come through. I am skeptical, and we're going to talk about this. We haven't heard your entire take on it yet. I'm hoping that many of these things are going to happen, and we're going to see it. They can't just say it and then we don't see it, because we are affected by it, a lot more than many others in our industry, to be honest with you. I don't know why, but we're still pressing on. We're not going anywhere, but I don't want it to be lost how important this was, and how important that purchase of X was by Elon Musk, and how much we can look back now as these things are starting, because now it's popular, right? Zuckerberg is popular with Amazon now, and all these folks. It's popular with even the YouTube guy is out there saying, talking about their bastion of free speech. Give me a break. But hey, we can ride this wave. But you make some good points, and I want to hear your take on it, because we talked about it on the 30-minute mark about Mark Zuckerberg's statement.
So to me, Zuck's statement are just words. The proof is going to be his actions, and the proof is this. Zuckerberg has shown us from his past experiences, he's not a leader. He caves under pressure. You look at the Biden administration telling him, hey, suppress this, do this. He did, right? He brings in third party. Let's think about it, right? No one in their right mind is going to bring in a third party to manipulate their business, because let's be an honest broker, Meta, that's his business. So he brings these quote unquote fact checkers in, which, oh, by the way, fact checked the picture of Trump right after the assassination attempt, said that was AI generated. This is fake. When you had Zuckerberg going, that was the coolest thing I ever saw, right? Like, my man doesn't even know what's going on his own platform. Okay. His platform is the #1 platform for human trafficking. It's all by design, right? He manipulates the AI. He controls it. He does this. He caved into the EU. Like all these things, he's caved. He hasn't shown that he's an Elon Musk going to put his money where his mouth is, stand up and take charge. If you look at the onset of the whole, what was it, MySpace or whatever it started, Facebook started, ripped that off from his Harvard buddies, right? And then in turn, everything he's done so far. So before the blue verification, you used to have to go through a process. How do I know? Because here at Warhog Tactical, we tried to go through the process. They would not accept our documentation. But of course, they'd never give you a what are you looking for? Well, you ask for my articles of incorporation. You ask for photo ID. You ask for this, right? Not good enough, not good enough, right? But if you're a celebrity, they used to give you the blue check mark. Now, when Elon bought Twitter, turned it into X, hey, you want to get verified? Yep. Pay us, $15 a month, whatever it is, get your blue check mark. Oh, what Zuckerberg do? Same thing. He tries to compete with X, right? Tries to make the threads. I think his statement, this is my gut feeling. He knows that free speech is out in the forefront. And I guarantee on the backside, his numbers of users has been taking a dump ever since Elon got X. That would be my guess. Yeah. He's just out there playing lip service. Now I know what you're going to say. Rick, really? Come on. Okay. If this was true, and I will just use this as an example, and we're going to do a test. I'm going to go resubmit to Instagram to get the Warhog Tactical account back. Let's see what happens there. But here's the proof. Both Warhog_com and On the Range podcast on Instagram is still in the violation category. Okay. I got a DM from a lady today. Hey, did you block me? I'm not seeing any of your stuff. And that was today. And I think he made the post a day or two ago about his free speech, right? If it were me, I would have already had my floodgates open. So when my words are coming out, I'm not getting things like this. We're going, dude, you're lying, because we're seeing the restriction, right? I'm still restricted. So I personally don't believe him. I don't think anything is going to change. I think you're still going to see the same thing. Now, the one thing I haven't done that I still have to do, January 1st, they changed their terms of service or rules or whatever. I do have to go and actually read them because I haven't done that yet, and just see what it says. But here's the bottom line, guys, right? Like, ever since the account got deactivated, dude, that was a total. Zuckerberg basically gave me the finger. All that time, my number one most precious commodity, time invested trying to build this platform to market my service-disabled, veteran-owned small business, that gone. No rebuttal, no person to talk to, no, hey, nothing, gone. And the number of veteran accounts, like there's a target. If you're in the firearms industry, you're doing anything veteran, military, targeted. I wonder why. By design, right? So his whole, people talk about, oh, the algorithm, this. Dude, it's all AI generated, right? He plugs in the parameters. And like, let's say, for example, here at On the Range podcast, American flag, boom, there you go. If that is deemed a violation, boom. And the AI is just going to grow every time you see that flag. Debunk him, right? How do you beat it? How do some get ahead and some don't? I don't know. But there's something pre-programmed in there. And it's already been shown, right? Go look at him talking to Congress, right? He's been called out. Granted, he had to write a letter to Jim Jordan going, hey, yeah, they pressured us, but it was my decision. Like, he was very careful in his wordings. Same thing with this, why didn't he say free speech? Why did he say free expression? Right? He doesn't want to say the word speech. Doesn't want to give you the speech. So here's the thing, brother. I personally don't trust him. That's me. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But as the old saying goes, I'm from Missouri. Show me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. Like I said in the 30-minute mark, I'm hoping that this happens. And I think the environment is right for him to do it because like you said, it's popular right now. He's kind of falling in line. All these cats are, but you never know what's going to happen if we go right back to another type of administration like we just had. And here's another thing too. He said this multiple times now, even to the letter to Jordan from Ohio, and even to on this statement he just recently made. Hey, look, the government absolutely 100% was pressuring us to do this. 100% were the ones that were telling us, what we feel is misinformation. So therefore, they were acting as an agent of the state.
Yeah.
You are not a private company anymore, not when you're acting under those type of circumstances.
And as a state actor, you fall under constitutional law.
Yes.
You violated our constitutional rights to free speech. Because the other part these cats will argue, right, is Section 230, where basically Section 230 says, hey, they are not responsible for basically the content that goes on there. Okay. But then you want to turn around and use your editorial properties to go and censor, basically. Well, that's not going out there. That, this is misinformation. This word misinformation, right? This is a new term. Really, it's a COVID style term for opinion, because that's all it is. If I get out there and say, I'm going to do, hey man, I'm going to eat Bermuda grass clippings from my freaking, when I mow the grass to make me stronger. Well, people are going to say you're an absolute idiot. Okay. You're going to say misinformation. Oh, eating the grass. Dude, it's my opinion, right? It's what I'm doing. Who cares? Right? That's the beauty of free speech. And like Elon has hit the nail on the head. And him and Don Lemon loves, he's a censor guy, right?
Yep.
Because Lemon's like, what about hate speech? Well, check it out. Hate speech, it is what it is, right? You can say what you want. Is it right, wrong? Hey, it's protected under the Constitution at the end of the day. So people can't sit there and go, well, you got to censor hate speech. Well, yeah, you do and you don't. Granted, you shouldn't be saying it, but at the same token, it's guaranteed. It's your right. So if you take one away, what are you going to start taking? Well, you can say this, but not that. I agree with this, but not that. And that's in essence what happened. And Lemon was like, that was his whole point. Well, what about hate speech? He's like, what about it? It's not illegal. He's like, if somebody says something or does something illegal, yes, we'll pull it. But unfortunately, that's not illegal. So
yeah,
that's where I've got zero faith, because Zuckerberg has not shown leadership in the past. Say what you want about Elon. My man put his money where his mouth is. He bought Twitter. He exposed all the censorship them cats were doing. And we knew, right? Like everyone knew, but he just proved beyond a shadow of a doubt. There's the Twitter files. Read it there. And at the end of the day, my man's a billionaire, right? Now, Zuckerberg, yeah, he's a billionaire as well. But dude, he's an advertising billionaire because he controls the switches. Oh, you want to get your post seen? Pay me more money. Pay me more money. Pay me more money. That's all he is. He ain't putting nothing into space. I mean, you look at the two leaders of these companies. Elon's got cars. Elon's got rockets. What's Zuck got? Yeah, he's got a stolen platform from his freaking Harvard buddies that he figured out, oh, if I sit there and don't promote your stuff, you'll pay me money to put it to bigger masses. Great job in advertising, right? Great job in marketing. But it does mean you're a leader. And no. Zuck does not come across the dude has any type of leadership hard leadership to sit there and go tell the federal government, dude, get bent. Right? No, we are not going to sit there and, throttle back this information. Let it ride. Oh, Hunter's laptop? True. COVID? True. Like all these things, all these lies the government told you to do were all truths. So who looks like the jackhole now? They do.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. End of story.
Not only that, and we talked about this pre-production, they were not allowing interviews of the sitting president in the 2020 election for his interviews to be on their platforms. Shut it down.
Yeah. And they shut his accounts down.
Yeah. He did that. Zuckerberg did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Clay Travis had a good point. He said he couldn't even share his cookie recipes on Pinterest.
Yeah.
If he wanted to.
Yeah.
How in the world are folks still blind to that? And the purchase of X really started the downfall of that type of stuff. Next thing you know, he's posting those files on his brand new purchased platform. Mm-hmm. And now everybody starts to see it. And they fought it tooth and nail. And then just 18 months later, Donald Trump gets reelected.
Yeah. Shocking.
So shocking. You're an agent of the state, man. And we just can't say it enough how important. And, we've talked about it multiple times, how important that First Amendment is. And you can see how easily people, that's misinformation. Get that off there. He shouldn't be on. They should deplatform Joe Rogan. I want to say, do you hear yourselves?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear yourselves? It's absolutely ridiculous. We got folks that are in charge of these huge bureaucracies covering their ears like school children as they're being asked questions.
Yeah.
What a bunch of Nancys. And we need to get rid of them, and you need to start voting them out. But yeah, I was glad to hear, your take on it, because I'm leery. I'm super hopeful. I think I'm a little more hopeful than you are. But that's the beauty of the United States of America. He can prove all of us wrong. Right.
He
right
could.
Now.
Here's the thing, Mark.
To him.
He's got the power, right?
Yep.
He's got the power to right the wrongs. But the question of the hour is, will he? And I don't think he will, right? My gut tells me he's playing lip service to get by.
I'm going to throw one thing at you and tell me if you think I'm out of sorts on this thought, because I think there could be some derailing of, let's say he's legitimately trying to do it and he's full throttle towards opening this his expression, as he says it, free speech. Mm-hmm. That's what we say here.
Yep.
Pushing that throttle forward and opening that up. How much pushback do you think he's going to get? And can it actually affect the outcome of what he's trying to do?
So number one, there should be no pushback because the current administration is coming in, right? So we're talking sub 2 weeks. So dude, you can put your head in a bucket of water for 2 weeks, right? I mean, it's like, dude, get over it. That shouldn't even play a piece. Mm-hmm. Now here would be a bigger piece. Okay. If Zuck were to sit there and go, hey, and it'd have to be again in 2 weeks. Hey, FBI, here's some pedos you might want to go check out. Right? Right your wrong for being your number one trafficking platform. How about you do that? I mean, this thing goes a little more than just going, oh, you can get your free expression. No, dude. Because free expression, this is the problem with the word free expression, right? You run a very dangerous, he chose those words by design. He didn't say free speech. He said free expression.
You're absolutely right on that. I agree.
Okay. So you're going to sit there and what do they call freaking pedos now?
Minor attracted.
Minor. That's it. Minor attracted people or persons or something like that. Right.
Yeah.
So you want to change the name of pedo. So all right. Well, technically, if you got a dude that's a pedo, isn't that free expression? Or you got the drag queen story hour rubbing on kids. Isn't that expression? Is it free speech? Sounds like molestation to me, but that's what I'm saying, man. He just by his words, that word alone, why would you not say free speech?
I don't
And
know,
you could
dude. He had the gold chain in his t-shirt, and he looks like he's been working out a little bit. Why don't you freaking start saying some, walk the or talk the talk and do it, man, and then walk
yeah,
it. Don't freaking start walking your out on fight walkouts and all this other stuff and practice a little bit of jujitsu, man. Stop, be a man, dude. Say free speech. I
that's it.
messed up. I thought he should have started with a freaking apology right out of the bat. You know what? I messed
Well,
up.
well,
I messed up.
okay, okay, okay. He won't apologize
No.
because it took Jim Jordan to have him turn around to those parents
Yeah.
that their kids got bullied online, right? And did horrific things to themselves for him to sit there and go, "Are you going to apologize for them people?" And he had to turn around like a 3-year-old. Oh, I'm really sorry. Dude, no, you're
Yeah.
not. You don't give a rat's ass. Because when you look at Zuck, right? Like, here's the thing. His playbook is there. He wants the kids. He wants them on that stupid box 5+ hours a day, right? Because all they're doing is pulling data. And then in turn, they're selling this data, right? It's all just a data collection piece to try to,
That's exactly
y-
what it is.
and he's been busted. Dude, he had to pay out $875 million for illegally selling data, right? Like my man's not doing good things with his platform, right? He's doing things for him. So that's why I say, dude, his words alone, I'm leery. I'm
I'm with you.
leery.
Yeah.
You know, grab, how about you grab your nuts, okay, and go, hey guys, check it out. Yeah, we screwed up, right? We took some pressure. We probably shouldn't have. Hey, I was in fear of reprisals for my business,
Right. Yeah.
right? But
Yeah,
but
I mentioned
again,
that on the show the other day. It's like, he's got responsibility. He feels responsibility for
well,
his employees. There's a number of
but
reasons. I get it. Some of it.
but see, I do and I don't, right? Like
Right.
Elon has so much more because he does do work with the federal government. There could be
Mhm.
reprisals against his companies, right? But Facebook, Meta, give me a break. You got no ties to the federal government. So that's why I just say, in Rick's opinion, he's a spineless jellyfish that just caved. Dude, a mark of a man, in my opinion, when you got the federales going, especially when you've got an information platform, could you imagine the feds calling us up and going, hey guys, yeah, you're being a little rough. Yeah. And,
Yeah.
you know, you want to be a guest? Come on the show, bud. Right?
Yeah.
Once you say that to me on air, or live, not recorded, let's get it from the horse's mouth. Right? That's what I tell the feds. Screw you, man. I'm not changing my dialogue. I'm not changing what I'm saying. But
He
I don't buy that he would have any type of reprisals. Elon, yeah, I could see Elon. He could take a belt, right? Because he's got government contracts. But did he? Nope. Kept rolling with it. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, guys, the proof's going to be in the pudding. I just don't see it. And I don't see him magically drinking some leadership elixir. Or maybe he listened on the Range podcast. I don't know. Maybe he got some words of wisdom. I don't
Yeah.
know.
You know, another thing too about that is if you take a real good look at it and you're trying to see it from his point of view, not once, and he may have, but he doesn't say it. He never once thought, well, I went to Harvard and, we had all kinds of different, opinions, and how are we going to get to, when we're starting this company, how are you going to get to the right or the best answer for whatever we're trying to do if you don't hear all the ideas. You
Well,
can't.
Mark, you just hit a key point. He went to Harvard, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a look at let's take a look at Harvard's playbook,
Oh,
right?
oh, dude. Yeah.
Okay.
Last 10 years hasn't been good to them, man.
So really, you really think open dialogue is going on there? No, it's an indoct, right? They're being indoct. So I don't care. I'd rather you go to the school of hard knocks. I'd rather you sit there and grow up in the 82nd Airborne, actually have some hard times in your life, and then cool, let's have a conversation. But if you want to have success, you've got to have those differing opinions. And I just don't see it. Right. So I call, hey, man, if you're a Harvard alumni, nothing against you, great for you. Cool. But at the end of the day, just because you went to Harvard, I don't buy the hype, because I've seen what these Ivy Leagues have done the last little bit. You've lifted your skirt. You've lowered your standards. You've done, your mystique is gone. And personally, even if I was in the position, I wouldn't send my kids there. Hey, I want to go to an Ivy League. Nope. I'd rather send to the community college.
Yeah, those places they're freaking disaster areas.
Yeah.
Absolutely disaster areas. But I could see some pushback coming, internally. I think he is right. I don't think until you move a vast majority of those fact checkers, or I know you're getting rid of them, but whoever the policy folks, until you get them out of California and you go somewhere else and hire some new people.
No. Why
you're never going to get rid of the bias inside of your own ranks. That's why Elon Musk, he did it. He got rid of everybody.
Dude, but you can. See, I disagree. I
disagree. Oh, no, he can do it. I just don't think he will do it.
No. Well, he supposedly said he's going to get rid of the fact checkers, right? Well, why'd you let them in the first place? Why would you let a third party? Think about that for a minute. Anyone, and this is a Harvard educated guy, right? Notice my air quotes for you, you guys listening can't see that, but Harvard educated. Why would you let a third party come into your company and manipulate it? Hey, if you've got a third party for some guidance, for some advice, for something, but to let a third party blatantly come in and manipulate your company, dude, what does that tell you right there? And then, let's look at some of his choices. And I forget my man's name. He brought in the Brit. And I should write these notes down prior to, but you'll have to forgive me. But basically the Brit he brought in is the same dude that is pushing all the Facebook jail over in the UK. Right? Like you're not even
I know who you're talking about.
Greg, I think it's Greg something.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But that just goes to show you're not even bringing good counsel on board your team. So you're bringing someone in the fold that you already know is for censorship. Well, is he firing them?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you've got to prove to me that you're making a swing. And brother, you can be hopeful.
Yeah.
I mean, I can be hopeful.
Yeah.
But I'm not optimistic. I think he's blowing
for
smoke.
Sure. Yeah.
I think he's blowing smoke because he knows he's in contempt of Congress and the hammer's going to fall.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure. He hasn't impressed me. I can tell you that. He's done everything but, and we said before, this is your opportunity. You can make a difference here. You can make a difference. This is your company. Make it happen. Everything you said that you're going to do, make it happen. And one thing I do want to talk about, Rick, we were talking about pre-production as well. I want to highlight someone who's doing some great stuff, and we put it on our X page today. But I just want to say, hey, man, I know we poke at the good folks of I think one of the most beautiful states in this country, California, and it's because it's out of love. It's out of tough love because we cannot believe that some of these folks out in California are reelecting these folks over and over and over again, and now it has been coming to light, with all the issues they've been having with the homelessness and the way that New Scum freaking runs the show out there. But now, dude, this is brutal. What's going on out there? Totally preventable. At least the moves that he made definitely led to this being much, much worse. Like to hear your take on that.
No, without a doubt. And here's the thing. Had there been no warning, no guidance, no, hey man, you're screwing stuff up, you could go, okay, it's a disaster. Why is it that California is always burning? California is always burning because they don't want to do their control burns. They don't want to sit there and control that underbrush. They don't want to sit there and get it as it goes. They think, oh yeah, let it fall and lay and let nature take its course. Yeah, well, when nature takes its course,
that's what you're seeing right now. Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry, but there's times that you have to have human intervention to help curb some of that stuff. So think about this. Fort Bragg annually is doing control burns around the post. You got pine needles, they grow up, man, burn that stuff off, right? It's healthy to do. But when it sits there for years and years and years, and you get one of these ignitions, and then you get some of them California winds blowing, and it spreads like wildfire. Wonder where you get the term wildfire, right?
Right.
And then, oh, by the way, you want to block off your water sources to protect the smelt because you think it's only in this one reservoir. No, it's not, right? And that's been proven wrong. Then you sit there and try to crank, fire hydrants, and you got no water. And you're sitting there scratching your head going, oh, by the way, Trump told Newsom back in, I think it was 19, when he was in office the first time, hey, dude, you're screwing up. And here it's come to roost its head. But here's the problem, Mark. You have the citizens of California that, let's be an honest broker, the majority live under a rock because they reelect these individuals. But you have the good people there that unfortunately are reaping these morons' votes. And that's why I said earlier in the show, man, if you're in that potential area, get out. There's nothing there that's worth your life. You can rebuild. And I got it. You might wind up in a situation like in Western North Carolina where you're screwed, right? But at the end of the day, man, there's your house, your possessions, nothing is worth your life. Pack your family up, get out while you can, right? And then, oh, by the way, when you do get out, I would say go on X, don't go on freaking Facebook or Instagram, and tell the world your story. Because at the end of the day, the only way California is going to change is the people have to change. You got to get rid of letting, the good citizens there are getting murdered, are getting robbed because you guys are voting for it. You're voting these elected officials in there who don't care about you. You look how much billions of dollars that state has swindled. Where's it at? In somebody's pocketbook. Why don't you ask Nancy Pelosi? Right? Be a good start. Ask old Gavin Newsom. Energy crisis. He's in there wearing some freaking sweatshirt in the middle of July because his house is like 60 degrees. Suppose he got a power outage, right? I mean, just look at the example. These cats out there, hey, you wear the mask, but we're not wearing the mask. But why? And again, I'm speaking to those that have voted for him, not, those that did not vote, but why are you guys still voting for him? What are you guys seeing them? It's like the cats that thought that really Kamala Harris, that's your best choice. You think she's going to do anything different? Good God, man. But I'm hoping I'm hoping, and you hate to have something like this type of disaster happen to get people to go, hey man, I think we made a mistake. Yeah, you did. You made a big one. So
Yeah, you'll never hear that from these freaking
no,
guys.
but I hate
They're
to
gonna blame Trump. They're
of
gonna
course they'll
blame
blame
Trump.
Trump. Blame
Yep.
they'll say that Trump did his magic firebomb or some stuff, oh, Trump caused it, right?
Yeah.
It's just, guys, I'm telling you this. Don't believe everything you're seeing. And it's funny. What are we at? Like 4 years later, even January 6th, right? That is all starting to unravel. Those pieces are all coming apart. People are talking. The truth's coming out. It was all a ruse, my friends.
Yeah.
Right?
I know one thing. Newsom and the mayor of LA and all these the fire chief out there in LA, and I know they've talked about her multiple times. They hate the fact that everybody's showing these videos on X now, because you wouldn't have seen the firemen using women's bags to try to put out fires from spreading into a dumpster. You wouldn't see that.
No.
Because people are like, well, where's the fire hose? Well, they don't have enough money for them. They took all their money. They gave it to whatever. They took, was it $20 billion or something crazy? Or was it, it was unbelievable, or maybe it's 20 million, 28 million. They took a ton of money away from the fire department. They did basically defund it. They're out there doing everything they can. And I don't fault the fire department.
No.
Doing everything they can.
You can't fight a fire without firefighting equipment.
No.
You can't keep, just like you can't keep your community safe without having properly trained law enforcement officers.
Yeah.
Right? But you got to think, your girl, old freaking Comrade Kamala, she's right there defund the police. Right? And California, you all wanted to you wanted to elect her into office, right? You reelected her as the DA, or I should say the AG, not the DA, but the AG, right?
Yeah.
Guys, come on, man. I'm hoping. And I hate, like I said, I hate to see people have to have a loss, have to have something catastrophic. But maybe this will open their eyes. Hey, dude, maybe we haven't been making good
I
choices.
saw some stuff being posted that, and I think the response we put on there was the level of delusion, even in a day like this, after his house is burning, they still blame the folks who aren't responsible for it. It's absolutely amazing. I don't know, but I hope you're right. It's got to change some people's minds. But I did want to highlight, one other thing, the jackholes and the evil individuals who thinks it's funny that James Wood's house is burnt to the ground. Hey, dumbasses, who do you think was living next to him? Who do you think was living down the street to him? Yeah. Who do you think was living in the houses before the fire got to his house? So shut your ugly, filthy mouths and start thinking about what you're saying. That's enough to set on that. But I want to talk about this hero, and go to our Twitter page. This hero, this heroic woman, rescues 41 pets. If you're watching, you can see the tweet that we retweeted, and I guess I don't know if they call them posts, but reposted. Dr. Annie Harvilitz, Harvilicz. She's a veterinarian, and she is out there. She's already rescued 41 animals that were abandoned, and she's continuing to do some things. We're going to try to track down some ways that we can help this, and see if we can't get some people to repost it. But she's doing some great stuff. And they always have, in these circumstances, you always have heroes that appear, and she's only one of them. I guarantee we're going to hear about a lot more, and we're going to make sure that we put them on our X channel, because good on her, and I want her to be safe while she's continuing to do that. It's bad out there, man. It's bad out there. But yeah, if you go to Kelley Defense or Mark Kelley PD, or go to Warhog Tactical on X, or go to the On the Range Cast, not podcast cast. The podcast was taken, but go to that page and check us out. Yeah, On the Range Cast, CAST. So Yeah, On the Range Cast on X, and check out all the stuff we're posting. And give this young lady, this young veterinarian, a shout out. And if we have a way to support her, we'll make sure we post that too. So yeah, buddy. Anyway, good show, man. I'm hopeful. You know me, man. You're always saying a mark, man.
Saying a mark. You know, brother, I love you for it,
dude.
Man. I do. But at the end of the day, my friend, here's what it boils down to: actions always speak louder than words.
Yep.
So you can sit there and pay your lip service suck. Mm-hmm. You know, we should know, like, I'm sorry, but as it sits right now, I don't see it. Right. Yeah. I don't see you changing. As much as I'd like to sit there and have faith in you, I don't, because your past performance has shown. Now, prove me wrong.
That's true.
That's fair. Prove me wrong. But I have been, as so many of us have, zucked. Right? What a term, man. Zucked.
I've been zucked.
And you don't get that. You don't get that because you got a blue check mark, right?
No.
You get that because my man swooped in and he didn't agree with what you had going on. So been plenty of us zucked. So chew on that there, Mark Zuckerberg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, I know that I know that people have a lot more in them than they think, and I'm really hoping that this is the case. But man, yeah, he's going to have to prove it. So anyway, folks, thank you for watching. If you are listening, go to ontherangepodcast.com and join the crew. You can join 2 free weeks, all access package. We got the next group video call coming next week. If you go there and join for free, use that free trial, all access free trial, you can join the call this coming week. It's going to be a lot of fun. But if you already are a member, all you got to do is go to the crew members page for the bonus content that we had before the show, pre-production, and now after the show. It's kind of a big deal. So make sure you go check it out. Oh, yeah. And make sure you check out warhog.com with 2 G's and Kelley Defense with 2 L's.com and sign up for those email lists. I know we make it hard on them.
Dude.
We make it. But the beautiful thing, if you go to ontherangepodcast.com, there's links to all that stuff.
Super easy.
We make it easy. We make it easy on you.
We try.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, you want to go ahead and close it out, buddy?
You know it, pal. You guys train hard, stay safe, especially if you're in California, and we'll see you guys on the range.